All right, let's get started here. Hello, everybody. Sorry, we didn't stream Wednesday because Moto was having some issues. They did like the update on Wednesday, and some people's Moto just like wouldn't run. So we didn't end up streaming then. So today we're going to be playing Counter Rebels. Do you have something?
Do you want to say why?
I didn't change. Today? I didn't change my stream title.
Do you want to say why you're late today?
I'll get to that in a second. Alright. Stream title's updated this time. I came in like an hour late. Me and my girlfriend were looking at a puppy that we are adopting. So soon there will be more than just cats on the stream. We will also have a dog. She's making a face over there.
Nope.
Oh, she's running before I turn the camera. But anyway. Yeah, we're just looking at getting a dog, so we're meeting my dog today, so I'm like an hour-ish late. Anyhow, I have no idea what this deck's plan is at all. I don't know what that sound was either. We have a lot of boxes in this room because we're still building a bunch of furniture for moving in, but I never caught Phil's stream with something similar to this. There we go, updated this. I thought the pup name should be Eugene. It's a female, like, black coat. Liliana is currently at the top of the list for dog names, but we don't know yet. We're figuring it out. But anyway, this deck is an enigma to me. There are a lot of cards that just kind of confuse me. So it's just like Training Grounds is sick value with a bunch of rebels, obviously. But I don't really understand why Teferi's in here. Is it just like, are we basically a combo deck? More cardboard falling. It just like prevents you from getting wrecked when you just like mirror entity roast your opponent for 1 billion damage with a bunch of guys. I don't know why there's a misdirection. Like a 5th Forcible seems kind of weird in a deck that like doesn't necessarily try to like force through cards. Especially you don't even cast that many spells, right? Once you get like Rebels into play, you can start activating them. Anywhere else, but you can call it L for short. Maybe if it was like a white dog, but like Liliana fits better because she has a very dark coat. We were thinking if we got another dog in the future, and if we have a white coat, we can name her like Thalia or like Elspeth or something. I also know a guy that has a dog named Elspeth, so I don't know. Other than that, like sick value, I guess this is just like a tutor bullet. You can like gain a bunch of life against like aggressive decks if you get hit with like a Gurmag Angler or Death Shadow or whatever. But yeah, the Teferi's kind of weird because the plus does almost nothing, right? It's only Ponders that are the sorceries. The misdirection's weird. The Teferis are weird. I mentioned that. Was the Dark One pulling on her hair? No, we met with another dog today rather than those other dogs that we had posted. The Ensnaring Bridge, I guess, for just like Sneak and Show, along with like these Whip Quarters, seem like pretty great in that pretty decent in that matchup. I don't really know why there's this Masticore here. It's like non-tutorable. I guess it's like a pretty decent threat with like Training Grounds making its abilities 1 cheaper. It's very hard for them to kill. Like the pinging ability might be relevant, pinging for 1 mana with a Training Grounds, because this can't reduce it to 0, right? This can't reduce the amount of mana ability costs to activate to less than 1, yeah. So it'd be a 1 mana pinger and 1 mana to regenerate. This makes sense. It's just like for the black decks, you can tutor a bull thing that just like blocks Death Shadows and Gurmogs. This is tutorable pacifism. The Disenchants for Stoneblade, whatever. Big Game Hunter for the decks that you need to shoot things at powerful greater. You literally can't cast it, so it's obviously you can like brainstorm back to the top and you can just tutor it out with your Ramosian Lieutenants or Lyn Civies. Or Defiant Falcons, yeah. And back to basics, just like hose people and Council Judgments. But anyway, I don't think there's any like infinite combo in here, right? In some previous iterations of the deck, there was the infinite combo with like Diamond Valley and then like the thing that can like target something for free, and the thing that gets +0/+3 for every time you target it, and you like gain infinite life. But I don't think there's any inherent just like infinite combos in the deck anymore. I think you're just like a value Rebels engine, as far as I know, which is why I'm confused by like the Teferis and the Misdirection. These just seem kind of weird to me. But anyway, this is a donation deck list, so obviously the deck creator might have some tips, some things to say about like what the ideas behind some of these cards are. But for us, we're just gonna jump in and see how it goes. Anyway, I've been talking about this deck too long without actually playing it. But yeah, just a couple of like weird cards that stick out to me as someone with no experience in this deck and like a vague understanding of what this deck wants to do, which is just value tutor out Rebels and kill them with Mirror Entity seems to be like the main win con. I'm gonna fix this window here. There we go. Alright. Counter Rebels it is. Also been a hot losing streak. I think we've lost... Did we lose all of our games since Friday? Yeah, we 2-3'd on Friday, 0-4'd on Monday, and then 2-3'd on Tuesday, I think. I don't know, hot losing streak, so let's see how this goes. Alright, we win the die roll. This hand seems fine. Trading Ground seems like a busted card in this deck. So I think this hand's fine to keep. We have like Ponders and shit. I feel like we're gonna turn one Ponder rather than turn one Trading Grounds. Because obviously almost all of our abilities to activate are like tap abilities, so you don't necessarily need the Trading Ground to play immediately. We just kind of want to set up how our following turns are going to go. So we have a 4th land, 2nd plow, and a force. I like kind of want the force as combo insurance. Don't necessarily want both of these other cards. We could like use the Delta next turn, fetch away the plow. I don't know how much I want this force. Like kind of. I feel like we're very cold to a lot of decks. Like a lot of the combo decks. So let's go Swords, Delta, Force. But as chat knows, I'm terrible at casting cantrips or blue spells in general, so we'll see how this goes. Ooh, it'll be nice to force pull a chalice. Yes, please. Do we pitch the... I think we need to pitch this Trading Grounds. Like, our hand just isn't doing anything. We kind of need to, like, ponder for action. So, if we ponder now, the plow's on top of our deck. If I shuffle, I can't shuffle the other cards away. I think I'm going to ponder to see 2 cards, rather than shuffling and possibly not being able to shuffle away the bad cards. This also lets me leave up the Delta if I need to, like fetch a Tundra to plow, but I don't really want to. I'd rather fetch a basic if possible. Ugh, this is horrible. Alright. I do want to play out base. I want to play out fetches. We don't know if our opponent's on Moonstompy or like Eldrazi, and if they're on Moon, I want to be able to fetch out more basics. So I'm going to play the Flood Train rather than like an island. I think I'm supposed to fetch for a white source if I get Blood Mooned. Ooh, they are Stompy, so it doesn't matter. I should probably crack this for an island. So they don't name it. I should have this deck up next to me. Yeah, the only thick cards are in here are double white, besides Force and Misdirection, which are technically double blue. So like if I got Blood Moon there, I would just fetch a Plains. So I could cast my spells. This is the matchup where you bring in your back to basics for sure. I wonder what they name here. They're probably a little bit confused unless they actually know about the Counter Rebels deck. Because I like pitched the Training Grounds to the Forcible, but other than that, I look like Miracles or something. Just name like Jace the Mind Sculptor, and then be confused on why I have a Training Grounds in the deck. Okay, so they do know about the deck. That's fun. I also have a Teferi, which doesn't do anything, right? Like, I could bounce the Spyglass draw card, and then like, they just Spyglass the Teferi now? I could plus the Teferi do nothing, and then like get roasted by a Reality Smasher? That would suck. Maybe I just keep this in hand. And then next turn I can like play it with Plow backup or something at least. If I get a Thought on it though, that's also really bad. Yeah, if they get, life's hard. Let's just get it onto the board, I think. I don't know why this is. I also minus it and just draw a card, put it into 1, but I think I just want it up on loyalty right now. Maybe that's wrong. It's hard to tell if they have like Thought Hunter Smasher here. Yeah, if this is Smasher, it's bad. Oh, Chalice on 1. Oh, we can bounce a Chalice. We're okay. So now we just bounce the Chalice, draw a card, and we can't actually force it on the way back yet, but we're almost able to bounce it a second time. So let's cycle. Hey, there we go. Magic cards with text. Play our Defiant Falcon. And we'll play Delta so they can't like Wasteland me and play a big threat. So what does this tutor up that we want? It's 3 or less, right? So tutors up our Lin Civi, which is currently turned off. All is just. Oh, that's rude. Can't force that. That is pretty rude. Got another Teferi, but I think we just need to like hold up Hardcast Force here and like force a Chalice or something. Or just like any spell that they cast. For 6 mana. Okay, they're just casting the Chalice on 1 with Eldrazi mana floating. I think I just want to force this. Endbringer. Alright, we can just plow the Endbringer, so that's fine. We also just Teferi Time Unraveler it. Just to, like draw more cards. How much mana are they on? 2, 4, 5, 6. They're almost just activating Ivoon, which is not great for me. I'm just gonna bounce it. I think you just want to draw cards to kill them before they get this eye online. Teferis are weirdly okay in this matchup. I'm good at like bouncing Chalices and dealing with like big fatties that aren't like Thought-Knot and Smasher. You can have that back. Draw a card. Brainstorm, huh? Not the worst. Okay, there's another Chalice on 1. But we can play the second Teferi, bounce the Chalice. I guess I should brainstorm a response to this, actually. Ooh, These are pretty reasonable Magic cards. So they're going to play the Endbringer again, but we can play the Teferi, bounce the Chalice, plow the Endbringer. Doesn't really matter because we're going to draw all these cards next turn. No, I want to cast the Ponder before they get the Chalice back down, so let's put the Lin Civi on the bottom, since it's currently turned off. So that resolves. They're at 4. I guess they're getting a boost from the plow, though. Till your next turn, you may cast Sorcerer's Visibility and Flash. So I can actually plus this Teferi and just not cast this Ponder yet. So let's plus the Teferi. Play the new Teferi. Bounce the Chalice, plow the Endbringer, and then Ponder in response to the Chalice coming down next turn. It's a weird deck. It's also just been a weird game. We just haven't found any of the creatures. And my opponent really hasn't found any of the threats. Oh no, oh shoot, now I'm going to ping the Teferi. Oops, I was supposed to plow this before I had an actual ability. Whoops. Thought this was just like a card with no text. Chalice on 1. Now I have to plow this. I'll ping my Teferi. Because I'm dumb. Are they going to only draw a card? That's fine. Cast this Ponder. I do not really like Trading Grounds. Lin Civi's turned off, and the Whip Quarter doesn't really get aided by Trading Grounds, so we're going to shuffle those. Ooh, that's nice. No. Also, the Trading Grounds get turned off by the Chalice. Plus that. Is there any point to playing this as a morph? Not really, right? So we don't get all his dusted a second time. What's this? 5, 6, 7 mana? All is dusted a second time. Cool. Another Endbringer, also cool. Play our useless Lin Civi. Things don't look great. What are we trying to draw here? Mirror Entity would be good. We just have so much mana. These Ancient Dreams are almost turned off at this point. This opponent actually doesn't have like that much to work with. It'd be much nicer if I didn't let them just draw a card for no reason. And I draw another card. I can win my game log back. Forgot to do that after the Grishel Brand League. Ballista for 1. Oh no! We can't cast this. Now we're pretty dead here. Is that all 3 of our Teferis that have been killed too? We can't even like get rid of the Chalice anymore. Or the Sorcerer's Spyglass. Yeah, it seems like we're pretty buried unless we draw Mirror Entity. Is like the only card that really does anything. Opponent now has 3 Cloud Posts and can start just using this eye even without their tombs. This thing's just gonna get pinged down by the ballista. They have enough mana to put a counter on the ballista and draw a card, untap, put another counter on the ballista. Keep a ballista around. We'll feel pretty dead here. Oh yeah, or they just can activate Eye. Ulamog me. Alright, let's call it there. Fairies are weird, but good in this matchup, actually. Like, bouncing these annoying artifacts and stuff. I don't know if Ensnaring Bridge is a card I want versus Endbringer Ulamog. It's good against some of their draws. Big Game Hunter's good. Back to Basics good. Council's Judgment good. Disenchant good. And Bound in Silence probably good. Probably that's enough cards that we don't really want or need Ensnaring Bridge. Ensnaring Bridge was better against like the Stompy variants, and now everyone's playing Post, where you have like Ulamog and Endbringer and stuff, and Walking Blow Study, you can just kind of like beat an Ensnaring Bridge. Anyway, what sucks in this matchup? A lot of our ones, right? This misdirection's horrible. Right, was Ponders. Spell Pierces are probably fine. They're better against Post as well, and they're fine on the play. Maybe cut them on the draw. Maybe we just cut some of these, like, just one drop idiots. Children of Corliss. Sometimes they just like kill you with smashers, but I don't think Children of Corliss is what we want here. I like shave down the Ramosian Sergeants. All of these cards seem pretty decent. Force of Will seems pretty important. How many cards are we bringing in? 8? Jesus. What the hell is this? This is a blue-white counter rebels list that I was shipped to play today. Oh, I didn't put donation deck list in the title, did I? It's definitely a donation deck list. Okay. Maybe these fairies are bad. They felt pretty miserable, even when they're like bouncing artifacts. Where's the combo? Yeah, the combo got cut, apparently. The first iteration they sent me had the combo, and then they're like, no, I want to play these Teferi's and stuff in the list instead. Let's like cut the children. We'll shave Teferi's. Maybe we do just cut these Spell Pierces. They're so bad. Children are still good. Yeah, but what do I want to cut? Everything kind of like Ramos. I feel like I'm supposed to shave down on ones, or like I don't know what the cuts look like. Ramosian Sergeants. What does Teferi actually do in this deck? That was also my question. Maybe I'm not supposed to cut my cantrips in my 19 lands deck, but I feel like I just like don't want any ones. Maybe I'm supposed to cut like a second Ramosian Sergeant, but like Chalice of the Wind's like particularly brutal, or was that last game. Like, cut down training. Training ground seems fine. This deck hand has no white mana, or no blue mana. Sorry. It has a Ramosian. These guys are pretty good. Maybe I keep this hand. This hand's pretty decent and good against, like, if I draw a third land, this hand has something to do. We don't get the London anymore. Would I rather have a better, yeah. I want an answer for, like, their early plays. This is not an answer for their early plays, but this is probably marginally better. Probably keep this. We can actually curve Sergeant, Lieutenant into Activate Sergeant or whatever. Whip Quarter. Kind of just want to play Whip Quarter on turn 2. Oh no, I have to shuffle to cast my Ramosian Sergeant. I guess it doesn't matter then. Oh well, we can tutor out the Whip Quarter if we need to with the Sergeant. So we have 2 back to basics in the deck now, which are pretty important in this matchup, and also means that we just want to fetch a shit pile of basics. That's not really a card you want to draw. It's more of a card you want to tutor. Because it's just like bad pacifism now that's in my hand, but let's beat down. We don't have the nut draw, which would be like, what, Sergeant into training rounds or something? Let's play the Lieutenant, though. Unfortunately, we don't have anything for this force. Next turn, what can we tutor? We can tutor 2-drop, which our options are Children, Defiant Falcon, Whipcorder, or another Lieutenant. It's probably Whipcorder. Whipcorder seems fine at like halting early aggression. Oh, that's fine. And then the following turn we can get a 3-drop, which is just going to be like a mirror entity, and we're just going to shove. I don't know, it's a pretty weak start here though. So feel relatively safe. We also do have a big game hunter we can get next turn if we get like Smasher here or something, or Thought Knotted. So we're going to take our Bound in Silence probably. But next turn we can go get a big game hunter and just like shoot the Thought Knot if we want to. Take the Force, interesting. Does that mean we have like a All is Dust in our future? 4, 5. If they have Glimmer Post All is Dust, we could just be getting wrecked. But yeah, and the Bound in Silence would be even worse for me if we're getting All is Dusted. Cards. Are these cards exactly the same except one is flying and one has one more toughness? Oh. Let's get a Whipcorder. Brainstorm. Brainstorm our Bound in Silence if we want to. I think we're just gonna pass the turn because if we get All is Dusted, I don't want to like. I want to just like go get a big game hunter or something and shoot this Thought Knot. And if we don't, we have a lot of options. Staging the Cloud Post. So that means they definitely have All is Dust mana next turn, so I should play around that. Wow, just shoving. Kind of didn't expect that. Kind of also just want to trade with this Mana Reshaper. And also, let's get Big Game Hunter, I think. Is Big Game, what's the stats on Big Game Hunter? It's a 1/1. Oh, wow, that's rude. Let's brainstorm now, I guess. Like, can I want to shuffle stuff away? No, then we don't get to activate Remosian Sergeant. We can't tap with Whipcorder. Could you just get Children and just gain 7 again? Or actually gain 8? Could be 3 mana. So we could actually, yeah, we could brainstorm and then still go get Children. Just get all this life back. So this is fine. Let's brainstorm with this Flooded Strandstone on the stack. I think 8 mana? Jeez. Just gonna get like fucking Ulamogged. And put this Bound in Silence away. Ooh, back to basics, huh? Let's put back Force Bound, and then we're just gonna like wreck them with back to basics next turn. Let's go get another plains because we have another island in hand. So we're just going to take this damage. Go get children. Oh, did I cut the children? Oh shit. I thought I put it back in the deck. I did not. I did cut it. Oh well. Let's go get just another lieutenant. We're at 10. We have a wood porter. We're probably fine because we have back to basics. We're going to take 3, go to 7, so we're just going to hit this. Now we should be fine. Yeah, this feels like it's game. We can go get Mirror Entity, tap in on the Thought Knot, and just like make gigantic dudes. Stats on Lin Civi, a 1-3. Okay. This is lethal, 6, yeah. Okay, cool. We did it. Managed to fumble my way through that one. A lot more intuitive when I cast a lot less cantrips. The back to basics was the real also. The back to basics was absolutely nutty. Let's figure out how I want to fucking sideboard. So, I feel like these Ramosian starters actually kind of suck without training grounds or without access to, like, the children. Because all they get is, like, they just go up the chain. Because they get you a Defiant Falcon or a Ramosian Lieutenant. Or the Whip Quarter. The Whip Quarter was pretty important, though. It's stifling the early aggression, but... I feel like I want this in over one of the Ramosian Insurgents, at least. I think... No, these Spellbearers get worse on the draw, not better. Just gonna like try to force a Chalice or find the back to basics real fast. That sort of thing. Can't figure out if Teferis are good in this matchup, and I don't think they are. Even though they can like bounce problematic artifacts. I have like the 1. But we also have like Disenchant and Council Judgment to deal with the artifacts now. So I don't know. Let's just resubmit. Yeah, I feel like the plan of this deck is just to EOT, grab Mirror Entity, and kill them. And like maybe Teferi helps that plan. I think that's what I'm used towards the beginning of the stream. I feel like, am I supposed to keep... This hand is just so fucking stone cold to turn 1 Chalice. I would have just kept their 7. I think we can mold to a better hand. This is not a better hand. Does have back to basics, but no. Well, at this point, we're priced into keeping 5s with lands and spells. And we are drawing this Force of Will. We're already at a 5. I don't think we want to do that. Yeah, we're back in the Vancouver Mall. Spyglass. Got 2 different fetches. We could name Whip Quarter. Also thinking, looking back on it, the reason to morph it in this matchup is actually All's Dust. I didn't think about that last game when I just like cast my Whip Quarter with my extra mana. But yeah, Vancouver came back on Wednesday. Snap name to Lin Civi, huh? We only got 2 in the deck, so... Ooh, we also do this Disenchant, which is nice. feel like we're gonna want to just whip quarter on 2. Any thought nodded? Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just next turn play Island Brainstorm. They do get to see this disenchant. I just Island Brainstorm for like. Oh, they took the Brainstorm. Interesting. Not concerned about whip quarter. You could have removal for it. I don't think I liked Brainstorming in response there. We'll just like have other good cards. Ooh, Ramusian Lieutenant. Not a good turn 2 play, because it doesn't activate until turn 4. I think I just like fetching 2 planes and casting Whip Quarter, because you can kind of fetch Tundra in this matchup. If we draw back to basics, we're still fine on 2 lands. Our opponent's significantly less fine. Do we care? We don't have like any blue cards, right? Besides the back to basics. Maybe I do just fetch planes. Go Whip Quarter. Hopefully buy me some time. Next turn I can Whip Cord plus Disenchant or Lieutenant. Looks like Lieutenant. So we have 6 mana for Eldrazi. Hit me for 3. That's fine. If this Ramosian Lieutenant lives. Oh no, we drew the big game hunter. Are you shitting me? That's so bad. Did I board back in the children? I did, but it's less relevant now. Are you shitting me? We actually fucking drew the big game hunter. God, I hate this deck. This big game hunter was pivotal to my plan. It is significantly worse now. Now it is literally uncastable. We have no real good tutor targets. That's actually pretty aggravating. Am I tutoring something, or am I just tapping down this thought on? Taking so much damage. I think we just have to tap down this thought knot. Maybe disenchant the Spyglass and go Inland Simulator. I think we're just taking way too much damage. Go to 8. Am I disenchanting this thing? What's our plan next turn? Just go to 8 from 8 to 5. They didn't cast a single spell, which is kind of weird. They have so much mana. What do they have? Ulamog, they only have 9 mana here, so. But we can't like stop an Ulamog. We have nothing for that, so. I feel like Linsivy isn't even that good right now. Just helps me like tutor more things. We'll save the disenchant. Back to basics. Doesn't do a whole lot actually. Do I even want to cast it right now while they have a bunch of mana up? Probably. I should probably fetch as well. Do I have more planes? I have more planes, right? Yeah, 4 planes, okay. I probably should have fetched an island and actually tapped that and left the planes up, but. I'm filtering now. Just in case they'd like draw a removal spell. If this is just like Lumar, we're just dead, and there's like nothing we could have done about it anyway. Which I have to imagine it is. Could be like an All-Is Dust and they didn't want to cast it yet. 7. Yeah, this is an All-Is Dust and they didn't want to cast it yet. That was the one reason to not cast the Back to Basics. Was not sure about. We're pretty wrecked. Jeez, drawing that big game hunter was just like so backbreakingly bad for me. Now we're just dead, right? We can cast Falcon, block the Thought Knot. Yeah, we're dead here. Ugh. What's up, Bara? So, yeah, probably should not have cast that Back to Basics, but why are you playing Rebels? It was a donation deck list. I'm not quite getting the hang of it yet, but drawing our one uncastable card in the whole deck was pretty fucking horrible there. God. Most of my plan hinged around just like shooting that Thought Knot and just being totally fine. And then like forcing them to answer the board with our lieutenant, and then we have back to basics. We draw back to basics and handle the after the All-Is Dust. But none of that went well. We drew our big game hunter in our blue-white deck. We kind of got ranch. It's not even one of those things where I could have like activated the upkeep to play around it, because we had 3 mana. We needed to like make our land drop and go tutor it. That was pretty horrible. Maybe I wanted to like take 7, tutor the mirror entity, untap, and like have a bunch of 4/4s to block. Need more restraint, intonation, decklist selection. Hey, they paid me $12. I'll play whatever. Or just queued into the same opponent. Cool. All right. Thanks, Moto. This hand's probably fine. Hopefully we don't get chaliced. Classic. Ah, the perfect. So I guess we'll just shuffle away. So we can't actually answer chalices, so we want to keep our best. 1 drop. I don't think we want to keep like Plow and the Training Grounds. Definitely shuffle. Oh, we only get to shuffle away 1 card actually, so we're gonna shuffle away this other Brainstorm, I think. And just cast a Fire Falcon. And we'll just draw the Teferi and bounce the Chalice and everything will be fine. So like a Disenchant Rebel, there's no way there is, right? This list hurts me. I also had some questions about the list. Thought Knot our useless hand. Draw our useless card. Attack with our 2 mana 1/1 flyer. What can we tutor? I guess we're like just tutoring like Lin Civi, Mirror Entity, and stuff, and just kind of like going off. Assuming they don't just like ballistic on my guy. Oh, well, that's pretty bad too. That's very bad. We literally can't even Children of Corliss because they just have lethal. Christ. Getting pretty ranched here. Do we have anything we can tutor? We're in the main deck. I'm gonna tutor for something. I'm gonna just fucking die. We could like block the Mana Reshaper with the Defiant Falcon, go with Children of Corliss, and fog the turn, but like. Lin Civi's a 1/3, doesn't block anything. Whipcorder has Summoning Sickness. We don't have a main deck of Big Game Hunter or the pacifism. We seem pretty dead. Yeah, alright, I'm done. I'm done with this game. We got pretty wrecked by like the dream curve. That's definitely life. Chalice with a bunch of 1-drops handed, thought non to Smasher plus Reshaper. Not exactly the way we drew it up. Let's do the same boarding plan, and this time have more time to like slowly figure out what the fuck I want to be doing in this matchup. Very confused all the time. Feels like this deck is just very clunky if you don't draw exactly Training Grounds. Training Grounds just like makes all of your guys just make infinite dudes basically, and you just overwhelm your opponent. But then when you don't get your like Training Grounds plus guy going, it's just very clunky. Cut some of these sergeants. What the hell did I cut last time? I cut like a bunch of Teferis because they're super slow and only good against Chalice, which we already just boarded a bunch more answers for. And we'll just cut all the Teferis and call it that a day. Yeesh. I mean, I guess. Oh yeah, we could describe. Children seems like not really a card I want to draw. I think we just want better cards. I'll brainstorm if we get Chalice, but otherwise, definitely not brainstorming. Probably just running out Defiant Falcon on 2. Grim Monolith. Ugh, excuse me. I think I want to run out Defiant Falcon, and then next turn I can try to like ponder or brainstorm into the training ground. Oh no, that doesn't work. That's too much mana. So I could just ponder here. I think I just want to ponder here. Cool, 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 cool. I don't think I want any of these. Cool, cool. Could like brainstormed and then shuffled and then pondered, but very concerned by the amount of mana my opponent has. We even like brainstorm bugged? Or not brainstorm bugged, ponder bugged. I did click shuffle, right? Did choose to shuffle, whatever. We could brainstorm into Defiant Falcon. That's probably fine, because I do want to shuffle a bit way much of these lands anyway. And Defiant Falcon's online next turn. Might even just like keep this fucking Bound Silence in our hand, because we have so many lands. Ooh, the Training Grounds. And the Mirror Entity. And just a bunch more lands, yeah. So let's put away the Caracas and the Polluted Delta. We're gonna fetch another island. Oh no, we only have one white source then. We have to fetch like a Tundra, which I guess is fine. That punishes us back to basics. Chalice on 1. No, my Training Grounds. I needed that. I guess I didn't need it. We can just do the. We can go manual mode now. Oh. Goodbye, Defiant Falcon. Oh, that's pretty good. We will go ahead and play that one. They still do have Ivugan in this Grim Monolith, so they're not like locked out, but it is very good. Let's play a mirror entity, I guess. So I am concerned about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am concerned about all is dust again. But since they played this tap line, I don't think they have it yet. So I think I just want to try to like kill them, right? I can Windswept Heath, fetch planes, attack with Mirror Entity to 14. The next turn I'll have 5 mana to put in. I can only actually make them 5/5s. So it's not lethal. Could also just like make a 4/4 hit them, but that clock is just so much slower. Because I didn't need to fetch right away, did I? It's so much nicer if they didn't have a Chalice in play. We could just Training Grounds murder them. Okay, so this is 6 mana, so we can actually put them to 2, which actually seems fine. I think I'm going to use my 2 Tundras for this. Alright, sweet. Got a game. Seems like the only way I win this matchup is back to basics. Yeah, let's run it back. Wait, am I supposed to bring in this needle? This needle hits, like, eye and Endbringer? I didn't think about this needle, but probably not worth it. I think we're fine resubmitting here. I do like the toolbox ability of the rebels. Oh god, it's fucking big game hunter. We have a brainstorm. We have like 4 stuff to counter the first thing. I think this is a keep. We can actually finally put a Training Grounds into play, maybe. I'm gonna pitch it into this force. The Ponder or the Training Grounds? It might just be the fucking Training Grounds because this hand is so bad. Yeah, never mind. We're not putting a Training Grounds into play. We're just going to Ponder. Need white sources and back to basics and another force. I love it all. So let's draw force, then back to basics and flooded strand, I think. So I want the force just in case I need a force will another thing using this brainstorm. And then the back to basics. Or I said that, I meant the opposite order. I want to draw the force first, I think I want to draw the back to basics second, then I want to draw the flooded strand. I guess I could draw the back to basics last to protect it from Thought, actually. So back to basics, flooded strand, force, and just don't crack the strand. That's fine. So our top card is back to basics. So there's like no way in the world we're ever shuffling, right? I think I'm supposed to play the flooded strand like just in case, but like can't imagine there's anything on this earth that makes me shuffle. Like I could brainstorm and then want to shuffle for some. I guess yeah, flooded strand was fine because I could have brainstormed and drawn the back to basics if I needed to. I guess we just force this At least with big game under my hand forever, but I just don't want to threaten play. It's nice to just untap and back to basics them out of this game. Get him. Now we just need to cast a threat. That's not a threat. We can't cast any of the cards in our hand. Our opponent needs a lot. There we go. Now we should win this game. Now we should play Lin Civi. This game should be pretty over. Just tutor up Mirror Entity or whatever. Is there anything better to tutor? Not really. Yeah, we're just gonna tutor up Mirror Entity and then just beat down with 2 things over like 2 turns here. Yeah, they got 1 mana. Keep drawing all these fucking tutor targets. It's the worst. What am I tutoring now? Just like another thing. I'm just wondering how much I want to pay for X here. So am I just tutoring like a Defiant Falcon or a Whip Porter or something? Which costs 2 mana, so I can at least pump to a 2/2 and attack. Yeah. This game should be pretty locked up, though. Next turn we'll have almost lethal. We'll have 15 if we need to on board. We should go get a Defiant Falcon. Maybe we go get like Ramosi and Lieutenant. Okay, they just concede. We did it. All thanks to the Rebel package, and certainly not to back to basicsing Eldrazi post opponents, I'm sure. We won all the games that we cast it back to basics when they had no lands untapped, and we lost all the games where we didn't cast back to basics, or we did and they just had a bunch of mana because we're dumb. And we kept fucking drawing the big game hunter and not being able to tutor it. Ugh. Stupid fucking big game hunter. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's like probably fine. I just like I'm on the bad side of variance, but we're like 2 for 2. And one of them was like actually like earth-shatteringly bad for us. The other was like, I could brainstorm in a way if I need to, but we just like had the nuts. That Ponder was just absolutely nutty. Just force their next threat and then back to basics them on turn 3. Let's play against a deck where we can like really utilize the Rebels package more. I guess Children of Coils is actually like dope tech against like Storm, isn't it? They like can't kill you if you have a Children in play unless they have like a nutty amount of Storm. Especially like game 1 if you can just like have an active guy and you just like tutor after the Tendrils hits the stack. You just like demolish them. Maybe that's why it's in the deck. It is life loss, not damage. Yeah, it's life loss because like people play with Grizzlebrand and Tin Fins and stuff. You gain life equal to the life you've lost this turn. Your opponent would be a lot of life though. They would get a shit ton of life off of the Tendrils, and their plan is just like to rebuild and pass and flames Tendrils you or something. Then maybe you could like Lin Civi, put the children back in the deck, and then get it out again. And they can just like never win. I don't know. Weird. There we go. D'Amato EXP. Finally playing against a different opponent. Hopefully not Eldrazi Post. Yeah, this hand's probably fine. These Teferis again. Just doesn't feel like a card that wants to be in this deck. Unless you're just like end of turn tutoring a Mirror Entity and combo killing them. It's like, oh, they can't respond to you. Alright. Well, that resolves. I don't have anything to do about that. Swamp Duress means what? Storm or what's it called? Turbo Dips? Taking the Teferi makes me think Turbo Dips, right? Because like a Teferi could technically answer. Ooh, we do Training Grounds. Oh, that's sick. We go Remosian Sergeant into Training Grounds activate. Fuck yeah. And then we just go off. As long as there's some Mirror Lage. Can we be a Mirror Lage? Oh, we got Whip Quarters. Okay, this is Storm. So we can actually hold up Children of Corliss next turn. Assuming we don't die here, or get Thoughtseized again. Please, I want to do the sweet Children of Corliss tech, just like cantrip and pass the turn. Don't do me like this, opponent. Oh, thank God. So, alright, let's pass. Thoughtseize. Oh, that resolves. We already have our entire deck on the battlefield already. Oh, they're not going off. I think we just go get a Remosian Lieutenant then. We should keep passing. If we set up like Lynn Civi plus Children, we can just like never die because you can put the Children back in your deck and then tutor it out again. My opponent just main phased and opt into my Narset. Oof. It's like we're just passing again because we can activate both of these and go get like Lynn Civi, or we just go get like Mirror Entity plus a thing, and then we attack them for. We can only attack them for 16 actually. I just really want to get him with fucking Children of Corliss. God, that would just make my whole day. Oh, they're not going for it. Fine. Let's go get Lynn Civi. And a Whip Quarter. It's got 2 power. So it costs 1 to get out the guy. Costs 1 to put it back in the deck, and then costs 1 to get it back. So we actually just attack with the Whip Quarter and pass, and then we have lethal next turn, just going getting Mirror Entity and just murdering them. Oh wait, we could have killed them last turn. I forgot Mirror Entity had 2 less. Cost 2 less, so we could have made I guess 6/6s and murdered my opponent here. Whoops. Oh well. I don't think there's a way they can beat me. We have access to 2 Children of Corliss if need be. God, please go off. Please kill me. I want it to happen. I want it so bad. Please let me Children of Corliss you in response to you lethaling tendrils. Oh, there's the tendrils. Oh, that said something in chat. Let's see. Show chat. This isn't D&D. Oh, I thought it was gonna be a D&D. Funny. Do they have lethal here? I don't think they do. Cabal Ritual. Absolves. We have 7 mana. Did they want to like Infernal Tutor for Cabal Ritual first, and then Cabal Ritual again? I don't know what the storm count is, but I think we just like can't die even without the children in our deck. I can like tendrils me for not lethal and gain a bunch of life. We'll still just do the children thing, and also just go get Mirror Entity and kill them, but maybe we won't do the children thing if they don't tendrils me for lethal. Depends on how much damage we can deal. Duress, yep. What's the storm count? 6 currently? So it looks like they're just going to tendrils me for 14 and go to 17, right? And then they just die to me going and getting Mirror Entity. Yeah. Dang, I wanted them to try to kill me. We can just survive this and Mirror Entity them. That's so much less interesting. Just a pretty huge board. I think we got him. We could have done that last turn, but didn't see the line. Also, it was much sweeter if we did it that way. Alright, so what's the sideboard look like for this matchup? Don't really have a whole lot. Cut the plows, bring in like Tormod's Crypts. Is there anything else we want? Is there anything else that sucks in our deck? Not particularly. I mean, these Teferis actually kind of blow. They don't really do anything. But like none of our other cards do anything else, right? Back to basics, not exactly good. Big Hunter, literal nothing. Masticore doesn't do anything. Snaring Bridge, nothing. Needle, Name, Polluted Delta them. We actually have 2 Polluted Deltas in our own deck, so not a great plan. I guess if they have like Dread of Night, I guess most of our cards actually don't care about Dread of Night. It's Massacre is what we're concerned about, which is a real problem because we have a lot of X2s, so like finding Mirror Entity and lighting up 3 mana is probably pretty reasonable. Can't really play around a Massacre very well. But, yeah, I guess we're just submitting Tormod scripts. Just leaning on Force, Misdirection, Spell Pierce. This hand doesn't do a whole lot. I think it's like fine though. We have Ramosian Sergeant into like Brainstorm Fetch. Into like turn 3 hold up the Children of Corliss trick. If we get there. My plan is to cast a Ramosian Sergeant on turn 1 and then hope we don't die. Which I guess it's more reasonable to hope we don't die in when you're a blue deck, right? Because they don't just like go for it on turn 2 every time, because they need to like sculpt and play around Force of Will and stuff. And if we can get to 3 mana, we are safe as long as we like hold up 3 mana. Or safe-ish. Still definitely die. Also wondering how we beat like Empty Wardens. I don't think we do. is my concern. I don't think we can realistically bring in Ensnaring Bridge, because I don't think that we're getting to 0 cards in hand. Ensnaring Bridge feels like a very targeted card. At, like, Sneak and Show. It's like not even that good against Eldrazi anymore, because everyone's playing posts. Are we dying? Is someone just going for it? How rude. I have Force of Wills in my deck. What the fuck are these cards? They're from your time, Moxel. You should know what they do. Man, opponent just, like, going for it. No fear. Seem to just, like, have the Tendrils or the Infernal Spear or something in hand. I don't want to be a teenager again. Wait, this isn't lethal. We can find Tormod's card, we can just beat them, right? I guess I can have 6 here. They are at 37, so we don't have a lot of time. Children of Corliss doesn't work when we're already at 2 life. What is our plan? Do we brainstorm? 1's the same as 2. Our other fetch is already turned off. I think I want to brainstorm and try to find a Tormod script. Nope, all these cards suck. None of these Flooded Strands work because we'll be at 1 life, so I guess I'll just put 2 of them back. Hope to find a land that actually does something. They don't need to get that. They can find, like, any ritual and kill me, right? They, like, ritual, crack, LED, Past in Flames, cast the ritual again. Something like that. Yeah, Cabal Ritual is probably lethal. Wait, no, it's not, right? Oh, yeah, because this gets Threshold. It's 5. Yeah, and they Ritual for Xaxes. Alright, well, we tried. I'm waiting for, like, a really ballsy play there. I think they knew that they had the Cabal Ritual on top, is that right? No, I don't really think they could have killed me last turn. Because they just swap out, like, the Petal for a Cabal Ritual, because the Bulk Ritual adds Double Storm because the Past in Flames, whereas they couldn't flashback the Petal. Yeah, I feel like they, I don't know. I think I'll just resubmit. But, it's kind of went for it that game and got me, but seems like we have a decent number of cards that can muck with that plan. I would love to play first. Training Grounds, 1 land, and a Brainstorm these Defiant Falcons. No. This hand seems better. Scribe this to the bottom. What am I doing next turn? I think I'm brainstorming, not Defiant Falconing. Is there a point to brainstorming now? We could draw a 1 and cast it. I don't hate that, actually. We could brainstorm into Remosian Sergeant, because that sets up like the Children of Corliss thing next turn. So yeah, let's brainstorm now. Hey, there's the Remosian Sergeant. Put back, I think. We're gonna fetch a Tundra. I think we can put back the Tundra. We only need like 3 lands. Because we kind of need the 4th. Put back Tundra Lin Civi, maybe? Love the Defiant Falcon. The next one won't be casting it. Yeah, we'll put back Tundra. Maybe not, hang on. Maybe we'll just put back both of these guys. No, if one of them dies, we need backup. Put back Tundra, Defiant Falcon. Fetch. Go get Tundra and play the Sergeant. Hold up Force. And then we get to hold up Ramosi and Sergeant for children. If not, we can go get like Defiant Falcon or Lieutenant. Or whatever. And just build our army on end of turn while constantly holding up Children of Corliss to hopefully prevent the combo. That's all assuming we don't die here. Oh, great. They have like Thought Season to kill me. There's no point in forcing the Thought Seize. It just adds to the storm count and puts me at a lower life total for tendrils. We can have 6 now. Opponent knows our hand. We got nothing. Please don't kill me. Nice. I wonder why they played the Lotus Petal there. Do they think I might have days, maybe? That would make some sense. I'm going to pass and use these rebels. Next turn, I'm probably pondering into a 4th land. Be a little awkward if we miss. I don't think that's super likely, though. Infernal Tube resolves. Okay, more rituals, sure thing. Ooh, are we going for it? Please. Hopefully it doesn't involve them, like, massacring me along the way, too. Please, just, like, fucking tendrils me. Oh. Please, no massacre. Don't do it. Yeah, just cast those Cabal Rituals. Yep. 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 They got a lot of mana. And they got LED Infernal Tutor. There's a chance they can, like, tendrils me and then also passive flame tendrils me with, like, a really, like, a bunch of mana with Adnons. They have a ton of mana. But if they don't play around it, they might also just get wrecked. Thought sees me. Sure. I have nothing. Nothing up my sleeves, opponent. Dark Grit. Sure. Petal. LED. Come on, cast that Infernal Tutor. Yes. So if they want to get past In Flames here, they might get enough Storm to, like, 40 me, right? I don't think they can, though. Yeah, they're just tendrilsing me. Got him. We did it. We finally did it. That's all I wanted. So now they need to find Piff and mana for Piff, so we need to just find, well, we just need to kill them. Or, like, ponder into the Tormod script. I think I'm going to ponder for a land and then probably cast Lin Civi. Oh, there's the Tormod script. So Just need to kill him with one. I mean, we found Tormod's Crypt, so the game's probably just over, right? Top. No shuffle. Cast Tormod's Crypt. Can I just crack it right now? I don't need to, right? They don't use the graveyard at instant speed. I should put the Force above the Brainstorm because I'm just going to cast Lincivy. Now we have Force up, we can go get Mirror Entity. This game is super over. Preordained resolves. God, yes, we got to do it. We got the Children of Corliss. I'm so happy. That's all I wanted in this match. I just wanted to get them. Oh, jeez. I'm just gonna make them 3/3s with 1 mana here. So I can just hold up like Massacre Prevention, because we have Forcible for Massacre, never mind. Let's just make him huge. And just kill them over 2 turns. Wait, does 9 damage puts them to 18, and then next turn we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 damage? No, I think we're gonna be 1 off next turn anyway, but just do it like this. I know we're doing 3 extra. I think we might be right on. Oh no, we're gonna be 3 over. Maybe the pump wasn't right. I don't think it matters. 2 cards in hand, and they're just super dead. Like Thoughtseize to massacre me, and they like still can't win. Said something in chat. Well, should have played around that, I guess. You could look at the rest. Yeah, I think if they had like Infernal Tutored for like Past in Flames and cast a bunch more rituals, I think they could have actually like gone over the Children of Corliss and just like dealt me. I think you need like 38, right? Because you can only gain 18 with the children. They probably could have dealt 38. They had a very stocked graveyard to just like go Past in Flames, beat my face in. And they knew my whole hand, so like they didn't need to like play around Surgical Extraction or whatever and like die to it. But obviously, hard to play around. Sometimes you just like get the surprise factor with like silly decks like this. It's like, who's gonna play around your Ramosian Sergeant tutoring up your Children of Corliss? That's why we didn't actually show it in game 1. Because they didn't have lethal tendrils. I didn't show it for the surprise factor, and then we got them with a game 3. We probably would have lost game 3 had we shown them Children. That is a really sweet interaction, I will say. The Children of Corliss is way cooler now that it, like, stops, now that it stops you from getting stormed. Because when you're a Forcible deck, you can generally, like, last until turn 3, whereas it's a lot riskier for a deck like Death and Taxes to lean on this, like, 3-mana, 1-card combo to, like, try to stall Storm. He did proving he's not dead with 3 trophies. Yeah, he's apparently like on the humans hype train because he like top 8'd that MCQ with it. Seeing like vaguely blows. We have 2 Lincivies, like 2 lands. This Training Grounds doesn't do anything. If we play Training Grounds on one, we don't have a Force of Will. Cast this Whip Quarter. I'm gonna ship this. I think we just have better hands. Wow, this hand sucks. You have a Force of Will. Maybe we'll land and a scribe and cast this Remosian Lieutenant. Maybe we just like keep this garbage ass hand because it's better than going to 5. Because we're not doing London Mulligan, so 5s suck. I'm gonna keep this garbage ass hand and then die. I would hope my opponent like him to Torox me. Well, this doesn't look great. Oh. Yeah, this is not the best against Island Go if we're playing as like Miracles or whatever. It could still be like, I don't know, Storm with the double island is less likely. Probably just to Miracles or whatever. Just looking at the list, Masticore, symbols. Yeah, the Masticore is weird, the Teferis are weird. There are a couple things that I'm unsure of. Oh, well, wish my opponent was playing a combo deck. We have so many ways to stop it. What am I discarding here? I don't want to discard things that would let them know what I am, because we're fucking rebels. So we just like discard a Spell Pierce here or something. I'll discard this Ponder. I think no matter what I discard, it like tips them off that I am. Okay, so they're Miracles. So I can probably just concede now. This Blue-White D&T. No, this is Blue-White Counter Rebels, I believe is the name. Yeah, they're just Miracles. Do we concede? Yeah, there's no way we're fucking winning this game. Our hand is like filled with a bunch of 2-for-1s. Or 1-for-2s, sorry. We'll just go to the sideboard. They know nothing about our deck besides a Caracas. Probably want like this doesn't feel like a Masticore matchup. You can discard cards for it. This feels like almost nothing really. Misdirection sucks though. Children's probably not great. This isn't a chance to do anything? Not really. Guess we gotta play around like Narset or something existing. Nightwind Glider. Yeah, it's probably the Death Shadow tech, I imagine. Dear God, did you lose a bet? No, I was donating 12 bucks. Like, this deck's pretty sweet. We've won 2 matches with it. I've not boarded in the Nightwind Glider yet, though. What else sucks in this matchup? Plows are okay. Whip Quarter probably sucks. Kills Strix. Yeah, good. It's good against Grixis. Good against Death Shadow. Seems like one of the less questionable cards in this deck, if anything. Like, it's a 1-of Tutor Bullet. It's a Rebel. I don't think any of these cards want to come in, so I think we'll just ship this. Maybe I wanted them to like know I was a blue deck, so they like shave Terminuses. If you go Mola 6, go Caracas, go and like concede without playing anything, I feel like Death and Taxes is a pretty good assumption. Also, if they know that I'm me. Would you like to play first? Yes. Sand vaguely blows, but we also have Brainstorm to make it not shitty. We'll be fine. Also, Teferi seems like good in the Miracles matchup, right? Probably like fetching Island, Brainstorming next turn, hoping to find a land, and then not finding land because it's me. Hey, we did it. We found land already. Could just like cast a Teferi or something. I don't think I would just want to like cast anything into a bunch of mana. Like play a Lin Civi. Have to get plowed. I want to sculpt. I think I want to like shuffle away this Lin Civi and stuff. I want to use this Flooded Shrine for the Brainstorm before I cast my 3 drops. Ooh, we can play out this Ramosian Sergeant. Let's put back a Lin Civi and a Mirror Entity, I think. Play land. Cast the old Ramosian Sergeant. Pause as the opponent reads Ramosian Sergeant. Opponent fetches, sure. Containment Priest, oh yeah. So they assumed I was on Death and Taxes, but wow, Containment Priest is actually kind of a beating against Ramosian Sergeant, but that's fine. We have Plow. We can plow it. I think I want to fetch Plains anyway, because we have this Lin Civi, so I'll just plow it right now. It does look like my opponent assumed I was on Death and Taxes. AK, sure. I almost like want a Force of Will, a plow here. No plow even. Do we just get to activate this Ramosian Sergeant? Doesn't do anything. We just get a, we just go get like a Defiant Falcon or whatever. Could play like Teferi here, honestly. Just like attack them for 1, get down the Teferi while they're tapped out. We have Force backup. Teferi seems like not the worst. Yeah, I kind of want just Teferi here. Just beat down. They need 2 things to kill the Teferi, and we can counter whatever they play. Jace, yeah, we'll force that. They can't force back because it's a Teferi. We do have a Brainstorm here. Should I try a Brainstorm for a land or just start activating this Ramosian Sergeant? Probably the former. Or no, probably the latter. We just need like get them dead while they can't like do anything to me. So it's probably fair to just minus it and just draw a card, since this Loath, it doesn't really matter in the Miracles matchup, and if they like Council's Judgment it, then I won't have any value gained. Snap, was it Snap Ponder, Snap AK? That's fine. I'm gonna go get a Defiant Falcon. It says flying. I was supposed to cast Lin Civi here because we don't draw a land, it gets awkward. Could get a Whip Quarter, that's not nothing. Let's go get Falcon. Ooh, I like Mirror Entity. Just like have a bunch of power into play. They can't Terminus me unless they just like hardcast it for 6. We can just like block the snap. We don't even need to block the snap. This Teferi's at like 9 million loyalty. You can't cast that, right? That's none of those works? Yeah. They could go land and then terminus me, but like that's fine. We can redeploy. Yeah. That's completely fine. We can beat that. We just redeploy with like Lin Civi and shit. Can I draw a land? I'm gonna minus this to fairy to find a land. Brainstorm for it. We can like brainstorm an Hermosian Sergeant. This Lin Civi's probably good enough. So this Lin Civi goes and finds Mirror Entity probably. Just put the pressure on. Ooh, Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce, not the greatest at the moment. But yeah, let's start building.